Greetings, 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 good people. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, September 11th. The year is 2025, and it is time for Hot Topics. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of the day you are watching me, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. All right. All right. So today's lineup is going to be very, very interesting. I don't normally talk about Krishan Rock, but she went on a journey to save her son because allegedly Krishan Jr., the baby, was being held hostage. Child, it's always something with that little girl. She definitely needs help. She needs an intervention. Mary CROSBY, her son was arrested recently. We're going to talk about that. Yandy is in her petty bag, okay? And she is basically taking shots at RASHEEDA. And we got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between. So as you are coming in, please like the video, drop down in the comments and say hello. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. Make sure you check out all of the other content on the channel so you can familiarize yourself and join the royal family. All right. If you're watching the replay, same rules apply. All right. So, you know how this live thing works. Let's wait for YouTube to send out all the notifications. I'm not going to wait too long because I don't want to keep you long. All right. And we'll just let YouTube do its thing. All right. So in the meantime, and in between time, let's do a cute little countdown. All right, y'all. Greetings once again. All right. So this time I'm going live on StreamYard. StreamYard is a bit much for me to navigate. I just like to one click and swipe and swoop de whoop. But I've been having some technical issues with the other streaming service that I was using or streaming platform. It was getting conking out and it was just too much. You know, the quality was good, but it's just the connection was all over the place. So I'm back on StreamYard using StreamYard. So hopefully I'll get used to using StreamYard again. All right. So if you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of She Royal Be Live. Okay. So without further ado, let's get straight into the shenanigans. All right. As always, before we get to the juicier topics, I like to talk about some of the shenanigans that go on across this world. And we're going to start with Florida. Florida is home of the foolishness. I like to call it the dumb shine state. So let's get straight into it. All right. So a Miami Gardens couple, they've been arrested for selling fake Louis Vuitton out of their home. Y'all got to watch this. This is absolutely impressive, in my opinion. All right. Like to hear it? Here you go.
It's not a luxury department store complete with expensive sneakers, hats, sunglasses, even designer handbags. Nope, this is someone's house. Everything you see is fake. Police say 33-year-old Yuri Velazquez Garcia and his wife Mayrelis Plans were running this store, which according to investigators, the couple called the Louis Vuitton of Hialeah. Also fake, since the store or house is actually in Miami Gardens. Lying about where you live, not necessarily a crime. But when police accuse you of filling your home with counterfeit merchandise and then selling it, That is a crime.
You were arrested for counterfeiting goods or services more than over $1,000.
Police say after the couple posted this video on social media back in July, they launched an investigation and in the following weeks conducted 2 controlled buys before arresting the husband and wife Tuesday. This is not what you think it is. It's not a luxury department store.
Yo, first of all, look at that is impressive as hell. That is the inside of their house. Listen, they were legitimate. This is some high quality thievery, if you ask me. Now, I want to know, why on earth would you post this to social media? That's number one. Number two, somebody dropped a dime on y'all. I mean, you kind of told on yourself when you posted that on social media, but somebody has had to have dropped a dime on you, and then probably went back into your social media and looked and seen that you posted this stuff. But this is impressive. Out of your home. Listen, if you're gonna do it big. Okay. Now, I am not a fan of thievery. However, this is a non-violent crime. Okay. And hopefully they won't get the book thrown at them. I mean, like I said, I'm impressed. For this to be Florida, and Florida's full of foolishness, they had their entire home decked out and it looked like a freaking department store. I don't know. I would have rolled up in there and probably browsed around. But yeah, somebody definitely in your hood dropped a dime. So when police raided the property, they seized over 500 counterfeit items, including handbags, shirts, and footwear. If the items had been real, they would have been worth more than $500,000. Both Velasquez, Garcia, and Marquez, their plans were arrested and changed with felony what am I reading? Pardon me, y'all. Charged, too much caffeine, with felony counterfeiting involving goods worth more than $20,000. They each had bonds set at $5,000 and have since been released. Somebody said, I wish my closet was this organized. That's a nice setup. This is really impressive. This setup is what really, I was like, wait a minute, that's their house? Shout out to them. But you know what? You do the crime and you got to do the time. Y'all better start being careful of who you have in your house. Be very, very careful. All right, let me see who is up next. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Y'all gonna leave Whoopi Goldberg alone, okay? See, sharing this screen, and it's just too much clicking with StreamYard, y'all. Too much clicking. I got to click and click. Anyway, so Whoopi Goldberg says that if you don't marry well, you'll have to keep working to survive. So they basically stopped Entertainment Tonight, stopped Whoopi Goldberg and was asking her, when is she going to retire? When is Joy going to retire? And she pretty much said that, she ain't got enough money to do that. And what I got from this was, mind your business and stay out my pockets. Don't be shoving no microphone in my face as a Black woman, a seasoned Black woman in the entertainment industry, and ask me anything about my monyan. All right. So let's take a look and listen to Auntie Whoopi.
Slowing down, just enjoying this.
Yeah, but who can afford to do that? Who can afford to start? If you don't marry well, you got to keep working.
I feel like you might be one of the people that could afford it by now.
No, not by now.
Do you ever think about slowing down, just enjoying this?
She asked her, do you ever think about slowing down and enjoying this? And she says, yeah, of course, but who can afford to do that? I do think that Whoopi Goldberg has stored up her nuts, for a rainy day. And I wouldn't have answered anything pertaining to my money, especially me being a Black woman in the entertainment industry. They like to put an expiration date on Black actors and actresses, especially the actresses, So yeah, mind your business. So someone in the comments says, wait, what the F is her salary? She definitely should be able to retire. This lady is a legend. Someone else wrote $8 million annually. That don't sound like a bad salary to me to sit there and just talk. Well, I mean, $8 million, if that's what she really makes, she probably makes more than that. But if it is $8 million, her cost of living is cost of living for the average American is high, right? So I'm pretty sure the cost of living for her is high as well to her. But I do think that Whoopi Goldberg definitely has stacked her chips and she's good. I don't like when people ask women, or I don't know, just especially women or people who are seniored or tenured in entertainment. When are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? Sometimes people really love what they do, and why the heck not get a paycheck? You know what I'm saying? She rolls out of bed. She pretty much is doing what she loves, talking, interacting, socializing with her coworkers. A lot of people, when they retire, older people especially, after working so long, they end up getting sick. I've seen that happen because they don't know what to do with themselves. They keep going, like literally working keeps them going, especially if they're like of the older generation, baby boomers and earlier than that, the silent generation. They keep going because it gives them something to do. When they sit at home and they don't have anything to do, they're not really raising any children, or they don't have a lot of family around them. They start to just kind of like, for lack of a better word, deteriorate emotionally, So listen, I say, Whoopi, as long as you want to work, you should be able to work as long as you want to work. Stop telling people to retire. In this economy, a lot of people, trust me, are working 2 and 3 jobs, and some people can't afford to retire. I think Whoopi Goldberg, she might be able to, but I don't think she's going to tell anybody that. All right, so let's see this.
Because see, Whoopi Goldberg told me the salary she makes from The View, and that hurt my feelings, that you've been there for 10 years and you accept them paying you that, and you telling me, don't worry about the little one coming up. God damn, if I ain't got to be worried about you too. Because you accept that salary, it makes it hard. Because see, Whoopi Goldberg.
So this clip is resurfacing of Monique expressing disappointment after finding out Whoopi's salary at The View. That hurt my feelings because you accept that salary. It makes it hard. I'm pretty sure that the salary that Whoopi Goldberg started out making is not what she's making present day. Okay. So yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, she likes what she does. And if she can get a check doing what she enjoys, then why the heck not? Okay. All right, let's see who is up next. Hold on, y'all. Let me stop sharing the screen and then share another screen. Somebody, please. This got to be an easier way to sift through these screens. Oh, mercy. All right. Hey, Sagittarius Lee D. Somebody said Whoopi hinting that she needs a raise. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Hint, hint. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked. She definitely deserves a raise. I mean, come on now. She's been with The View for quite some time. She's tenured, So, but you know how Hollywood is. They never pay what people deserve. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. I was going through I don't know what led me there, but I was going through and looking at Denzel. I think I might have saw this online. Someone posted it. I don't remember. I was going through and I was looking at all of the movies that Denzel played in. Why do we say played in? Like, he didn't star in every single movie, but anyway, every movie that he's done, right? And the amount of money that he made from those movies, and the budget for the movie, and what the movie grossed at the box office. And let me tell you something, Denzel has been putting in work. Okay, because when I look back now and I say, dang, they only paid him that much, but that's when he was an up and coming artist. So he was underpaid, in my opinion, for a lot of the movies. But I thought that was an interesting breakdown. Yeah, I don't know why I drank iced coffee before I came on here. I tend to do that, drink iced coffee to give me a little pick me up, but it makes me talk even faster than I normally do. And that caffeine be sending me into overdrive, and I be tongue tied. It's just a mess, child. Let me relax. All right, up next. Everybody can breathe a sigh of relief, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, finally, okay, these jail calls may be coming to an end. So Cobb County Jail reportedly bans the release of additional Young Thug jail phone calls following Thugger receiving backlash for his leaked conversations. All right. So while jail calls in Cobb County are considered public record, according to Lauren LaRosa of the Breakfast Club, as of September 11th, today, the jail is blocking requests to obtain the public information. This comes days after Young Thug received tons of backlash for his comments towards Glorilla, Drake, Gunna, and others. Thugger Man, he need to think about changing his name. He too old for this. Anyway, Jeffrey also caught heat for phone conversations that he was having behind his boo, Mariah the Scientist's back. Do you think they broke up? He said he posted chapter ended with a broken heart emoji, but you think that they broke up? Mariah the Scientist strikes me as the type of girl that'll know that her man is cheating and continuously take him back. Anyway, after asking a mystery woman when she'd be ready to have kids, well, it looks like it's the end of an era, because after catching all that flack, the jail has decided to nix the public's access to Jeffrey's phone records. Here's the thing. Even if, let's say right now, or tomorrow, I decide, hey, I want to get access to the phone records, they're going to tell me no, fine. Whoever it is that obtained the jail records prior to today, September 11th, they are sitting on a mountain of information. And I don't think that the damage has already been done at this point, right? So I'm pretty sure there are going to be more calls released. Maybe not. I think people are growing tired of it. So maybe whoever it is that has all of the jail calls and has been releasing them, I think they should just take the hint. We're over it. We don't want to hear nothing else. And I think that Young Thug should just be quiet, not try to defend anything. You don't want to incriminate yourself. The man is on probation. That totally slipped my mind. And he has probation he's going to be on probation for 15 years. So you got to be careful. You don't want to get caught up or say certain things that's going to make, the courts look into, reopen, dust off old folders. Just everybody calm down and relax. Okay. So this little excerpt goes on to reads, seems a little too late as the damage has already been done. But I know Thug is jumping for joy. He previously addressed the leak calls on the Perspectives with Bank podcast. Did you guys watch that? I think that was, how many hours was that? I think it was more than an hour. I saw clips circulating online. I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. To be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care. I'm so over it. Having his private calls released, I know he's embarrassed, and I don't like, seeing people feel embarrassed. You know what I mean? If our private phone calls were leaked, our kitchen table talk conversations were leaked, I'm pretty sure we would be embarrassed as well. Some people will stand 10 toes down on what they said, rightfully so, but nobody has the right to have their privacy invaded in that manner and used to humiliate them. Yes, I know that jail calls are recorded and it is public information, but there was really no need for us, the public, to know that he was having relations with a correctional officer. That can, child. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for a different day. Or, talking to other girls. We didn't need to know that. That's not information for us to know. So the intent was to humiliate him. And that part, regardless of what I think about Young Thug, I didn't enjoy seeing that at all. Okay. All right. So blah, 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 yada, yada. Let's see what these comments say. No, one more before Friday, please. Somebody said too late. Somebody else commented it should have never been available to leak in the first place. It's true. It's true. It's like, what's the freaking point? I feel bad for him though. And just from that being leaked alone, like all of the other stuff that he's been involved in. No. Let's see. I love a good listen. Okay, look. Rattling that cup. Okay. I love iced coffee. I remember when I used to go, when I used to be on camera, child, I used to hit Dunkin' up and get like a cup, like 2 large iced coffees, and just be, sipping on one, doing my videos, getting on camera, all that good stuff back in the day. But I do love the taste of iced coffee. All right. Who's up next? Oh, y'all, I thought that this was interesting. Bear with me, y'all. Like I said, I have to keep switching and clicking screens. Anybody that uses StreamYard, please, there has got to be a better way. All right. All right. So Tamron Hall, right? She sat down with Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, and Jonathan Majors' mom was on the other side of the couch as well. Just take a look and a listen, right? And pay attention to Tamron Hall and let me know what you think, because I'm definitely going to share my thoughts. All right, like to hear it, here it go.
Your wedding photos private until this moment. You've chosen to reveal a few to our audience. I think we have them of you in your gown, you and Jonathan at the altar, and you being joined by your moms. Terry, you got 3 hats here. What was the most challenging? Because you're counseling a young couple going through a lot. You're a pastor, so you're bringing faith, but then you're a mom, and you've watched your son go through something he never imagined and something he had to be accountable for and face, and you were watching.
Yes. It was a strange position to be in. As the pastor, I was concerned about their spiritual position in marriage, right? Because this is a vow they're making before God. It had to be for real. It had to be deep, and it had to be lasting, right? So they actually went through counseling before they went to get that marriage license in Texas. So they actually started with me. We went through sessions, and they were sure.
What did you ask? Can you share?
Wait a minute. I just realized, oh, Lord, I might have to pause and stop, y'all. I just realized. I don't know if Tamron and them over there be flagging folk. All right, let's keep going.
Well, I mean, we talk about commitment and your understanding of God and your understanding of spirituality within your relationship. When you have children, how are you going to raise your children in the faith? What are you going to do with your money? How are you allowing the Spirit of God to take you from these 2 individual souls and bring you into one? And that's the challenge for most people in marriage. There's so much of that independence going on with them both being who they are, and having all this life that they have. How are they going to be the difference in the industry, in their marriage?
Interesting you say that, who they are, because was he recognizable to you at that point after going through everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I this is my boy, this is my baby, my J-boo. And so even going through that, that little boy that was in the Batman cape at 3, right? Who even at that little age was my superhero, my oldest son. Those glimpses of him wanting to be that hero and be there for he was there for me more so what he was going through than the words that I said to him. He was like, Mom, it's going to be okay. Mom, this is what happened. This is, you're going to hear stuff, but this is what happened. This, I need you to know this on the front. And because I know him, I know him. So when I met.
Listen to me. Tamron Hall is giving very much, child, bye, I ain't buying it. Because if you notice, she keeps trying to direct the conversation. Now, Tamron Hall is she's a seasoned journalist, and she executes with precision. I do like Tamron Hall. She keeps trying to direct the conversation toward the scandal that Jonathan Majors was involved in. Okay. I ain't even going down that rabbit hole again. All right. I remember doing coverage and videos on that. Go back in the archives and check it out. Anyway. And his mother, she is a very articulate, wise woman. She took control of that conversation. Usually the journalist who's doing the interview steers the conversation, but she so gracefully redirected twice. And I think Tamron realizes, like, this is where wisdom wins. And I loved every minute of it. Now, when Jonathan Majors is an actor, I'm not saying that he wasn't crying. I don't know if he was. All right. When he put that tissue to his face and that audience reacted, Tamron Hall's face says it all. Let's keep watching.
Marry them.
She didn't even acknowledge that he was crying.
Knew that they were ready from the moment I met Megan, and she came as his friend and handed me anointing oil as I prayed for him, and then took this man as a friend in her arms and held his head in her hands and cried and prayed with him.
You've kept your wedding photos.
Listen, Tamron, yes, Let me put some respect on her name. Investigative journalist. She sure is. But now Tamron is sharp. Tamron is sharp. Okay. I do like her interviews, and I think that she is very good at what she does. But I'm telling you, I don't think she was feeling Mr. Majors. I don't think she was feeling Mr. Majors at all. Oh, first of all, I love his mother is top tier. All right. And she gonna stand by her boy. And I am not mad at it. How do you guys feel about Jonathan Majors now after all of this stuff is over? I mean, like, is everybody over it? Because I know people have a tendency to just like, they'll be emotional about certain things, and then after a while, they don't care, So I don't know why I thought that was funny. Terrence's face just like, child, he trying to get sympathy. This ain't about him right now. You could see it all in her face. I would play it again. Maybe I'll play it again when we go back. Tamron was not here for it, honey. She said, I shall not be moved. I ain't gonna be distracted. All right. As you're coming in, welcome to everybody just joining. If you're new here, welcome. Please like the video, hit the thumbs up, drop down in the comments, and share your thoughts. I greatly appreciate it. All right, who's up next? Oh, Lord. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why this girl is famous is because she is constantly rewarded for her stupid behavior. All right. So CHRISAN Rock says that police rescued her son after her sister, Tareen, refused to let him go. They had to break into the house. She took him for ransom. So this is according to It's On Site, a hot mess, actually. Tareen, CHRISAN's sister, who helped raise Junior for much of his young life, he's still young, is now accused by CHRISAN of, quote, holding him for ransom, end quote. According to CHRISAN Rock, police had to break into Tareen's home to get her son back. This comes after Tareen previously urged CHRISAN to pick up Junior herself, saying that she didn't feel safe sending him off with other siblings, including one she described as mentally unstable. This is not funny, and I normally don't cover CHRISAN Rock because I don't cover her at all. I may have covered her like twice on my entire tenure on this channel. Ciao, bye. Just look, y'all.
Everybody making it seem like I wasn't trying to come get my kids. She was not trying to open the door. She's not trying to get my baby up. She took him for ransom. I don't know. I went there tonight. We waited till she pulled up. When she pulled up, that's when I called the cops. We called the cops.
Was there on FaceTime. Yeah, she was there.
So we in the car. We waiting for the cops. The cops go inside. They like, what's going on? I said, look, she's not trying to get my baby up. She took him for ransom. I don't know if he's safe. I don't know what's up. She telling like, she's saying online like, I'm not trying to come get my son when she's refusing to give me my son. All type of shit. Okay, it's 6 a.m. right now, y'all. So it's 3 a.m. in LA. Let me show you what happened though. I got my kid. They had to break into the house to get my son. I'm here with the cops. They're on the couch. She lied to everybody, making it seem like I wasn't trying to come get my kid. She was not trying to open the door. She's not trying to get my baby up. Everybody making it seem like I wasn't trying to come get my kid. She was not trying to open the door. So we had to get the cops involved. They banged till they did some shit. They banged till the window bust open. They watched my brother Terrence run upstairs. They ran behind him. And they like, where's the baby? They like, it's right here. Well, the mom here, get him ready. Like, we need the baby. I don't know what y'all think this was. So, yeah.
So this was a post earlier before this police incident. CHRISAN's niece says that her mom, Tareen, has been caring for CHRISAN Jr. without knowing his actual needs, says that CHRISAN offers little support. So someone in the comments posted, this is a bold-faced lie. Her sister has been caring for her child for several months with no financial support from CHRISAN. She was just on live a few days ago on a call with her sister and got mad that she requested for her to pick him up. Let girl, that's your child. The F, maybe she meant like girl. Y'all can be blind. Believe this if y'all want, but CHRISEAN is not a good person. She uses the word of God for empathy, but her actions are never pure. Argue with yourself in these comments because everything I just typed is true. Do I think that CHRISEAN is a bad mother? Yes. Deadbeat? Borderline. She's teetering the line of deadbeat. And I think that the more people give her attention, like put her on platforms, reward her monetarily, reward her socially, I think that this behavior is not going to stop. How old is the baby now? 1? It's like she has all types of people around the child. She'll leave the child in the house, go outside and do God knows what. It's just it's effing stupid. And if you're new here, children are my Achilles heel. Okay. Anyone that harms children, puts children in danger, I have a huge disdain for, and I've always been that way, and I'm probably going to die that way. All right. And this is just unacceptable to me. Absolutely unacceptable. But again, she's not going to do anything to really change the behavior because look, she got money, she got fame, she had her own TV show. She's always up, on social media, she's trending, she's quote unquote popping, right? Now you guys know that attention is the new currency. All right. So not only is she financially well off, she's getting a whole bunch of attention. And it's really unfortunate because, as I always say, children cannot choose who their parents are. And it's just all bad. All of it is freaking stupid, and she's stupid. And I don't support none of this. I don't support none of her behavior. It's just bad. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Me too. I really, really do. And some people just don't care. A lot of people say they care about kids, but I could never be friends with somebody like CHRISEAN. Never. I wouldn't do it. You don't take care of your seed. You don't make sure that your child is safe. What the hell am I doing hanging around you? I don't know. We would probably end up fist fighting. And I don't even like to I don't like to threaten nobody with the physical. Okay. I don't threaten nobody with the physical. But if I see you ill-treating your child, I ain't reading all this. Okay. I don't even know who this is. Okay. So yeah, you could pause it and read if you want. I think this is the other sibling. Or the niece. That's the niece. Child.
She lied to everybody.
So the sister basically wanted her to come get her kid, and I don't know, getting the cops involved, CHRISEAN. So everybody is saying that basically another babysitter is gone. She gonna run out and she gonna get exactly what she asking for. Get her off my screen. Get her out of here. CHRISEAN, I don't even want, it ain't even no luck to wish you. You just a bold-faced idiot. All right, so here's another as I continue to talk about her. Here's another video. This is after she got her kid. I'm not sure who that is in the car talking. I think that's a sibling. I don't know. Now, mind you, she got the baby, or she got the baby in the car, whatever. Look at how she got the baby in the car, y'all.
We got the baby.
Oh God. No, thank you, Lord.
I'm we grateful. Had an escort. No, we had to break in. You should tell them the story. I told them how they had to break in. You should tell them the story how sore I am. Shut up. They broke in. I'm sore. Well, they broke in the window. They broke the window, turns went upstairs. They broke in the front door and got the baby. It's sad, but it's a lesson learned. Yeah, the police broke in. But this is so beautiful. I'm grateful. You have your love of your life, and you have your baby, your heartbeat. Now go live your life in Jesus' name, in peace, and leave people that did you dirty where they at, dirty. I'm gonna forever pull up.
And I don't know who that was. That was somebody praying. I don't even be playing all that. These people be playing with scripture and playing with God and all that other stuff. Somebody posted in the comments, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. This poor baby hasn't known a day of true peace or a full night's rest since birth. Remember, she had the baby in the car seat or in the high chair, and she was smoking in the house. I think I saw that in passing. Just scrolling on Instagram. I saw that a few months ago. I didn't even stop to read to find out what was going on. So she has the baby. The baby ain't buckled in nothing. Ain't even got a piece of string tied around his waist to secure him in the vehicle. That obviously got poor suspension, because you see the vehicle rattling and tattling and shaking, and Harlem shaking all over the place. Don't have the baby in a car seat, not even in the seatbelt, not even a shoestring tied in the loop of the baby's pants to keep the baby secure. Nothing. Girl, get her off my screen immediately. Lord, CHRISEAN is too much. And I just wonder if she does these things to continue to trend. All right, speaking of trending, y'all, up next, you guys know that RASHEEDA and YANDY are beefing, right? You know, their beef really doesn't make much sense to me. It's kind of corny, you know what I'm trying to say? And you guys know that K Michelle came up with that that song, RASHEEDA Got Bags, her husband, a girl, yada yada. Well, first of all, I had no idea that YANDY had a skincare line, or like eye cream or what have you. So apparently she is offering a discount, and the discount code is no bags, and that can grant you 30% off of your order. All right, let's take a look at what the entrepreneur YANDY has to say. Like to hear it? Here.
Hey y'all, so thank you guys. First of all, our sales within the past 2 weeks have been up. I think it was 78%. Was it 66%? One of them, 78% or 66%. But one of our main sellers is our eye cream. So you guys requested a discount code. The discount code is no bags. So go to yellskincare.com, type in no bags, and there you have it. Eye cream, 30% off just for you. Thank you guys for the support. Hey y'all. So
now YANDY did not mention any names. She didn't exactly mention what put her in such a generous mood today. The offer comes after her explosive fight with co-star RASHEEDA. Somebody said K Michelle would love this. I can see K Michelle somewhere laughing. Okay. Someone else said I bought that cream from her 4 years ago and it didn't work. That product was a waste of $30. 4 years ago? How the heck? YANDY had a skincare eye cream line out for that long? And I had no clue. I literally didn't know. And I watched Love and Hip Hop New York up until it canceled. I watched YANDY on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I had no clue that she had a skincare line. Maybe that's what she was promoting when she was at the Essence Festival a couple years ago, right? Who knows? It would have been nice had YANDY not overtalked RASHEEDA, so that they could have possibly had a civil conversation. Oh, this is the next slide. Hold on, y'all. Look.
Keep trying to keep a serious face in this conversation, because it's ridiculous coming from you, a person who we've all seen and witnessed your heartache. You have had these receipts brought to you, even in the form of a child. Just like with K Michelle, you gotta ride the backs of women for you to feel like it's elevating you. You are so jealous.
Am I? Oh my God.
Because I'm young? Oh my God. Is it because I don't have any bags? Oh,
Yep.
Is it because
I got bags because I'm tired of whack bitches like you.
Let me tell you, I did a separate video on this, but like this whole trying to be tough, it doesn't look good on RASHEEDA. Like, what do you wanted to fight YANDY or something like that? You know, it's really unfortunate that these two ladies are falling out. I shared my thoughts before, but I'll share them here again for those who haven't heard. But I do encourage you to watch the video. Check it out on the channel. I think that RASHEEDA's spot is in danger. She has been on the show since the show started, the franchise of Atlanta, right? And YANDY had to remind the girls that she gave them a job. Okay, rightfully so. Anyway, I think because people are bored with the Jasmine and baby on the side, girlfriend on the side, and affair, infidelity, baby came. I think people are tired of that. And I think that storyline has run its course, especially now seeing RASHEEDA cool with Jasmine. Everybody is like, girl, what? And no one cares to hear about Kurt cheating anymore. because Rasheeda ain't going nowhere. She basically said that she ain't never leaving Kirk, and she has basically proved that, right? She's still with him. So I think that people are over this storyline. They don't really have much to bring. So I wonder if her spot has been threatened, and she has to kind of like, hype it up. You got to have something to give us, Rasheeda. All right. Because really, you and Yandy beefing, that's weird. Both y'all husbands are making straight fools out of y'all and themselves too. I mean, y'all have a lot in common. Y'all should be cool. But Rasheeda with this whole tough guy act, it's corny and it doesn't look good on her. It's whack. It's
Girl, nothing you can say. Ain't nothing fine about you.
And also another thing, I mean, Hot Tub Kirk, girl, you act like you have like the picture perfect marriage. I think that you wanted to pick with Yandy and talk about Yandy's relationship, which is not perfect. And I think Yandy really understands that. And Yandy does try to kind of do a little bit of damage control, but I think Rasheeda wants to deflect as well. I think both, they have a lot in common. Yandy deflects and so does Rasheeda. Girl, ladies, please, okay? Please adjust your girdles and just keep it moving.
Fine. Good. And nothing you say, but because I can wake up every day knowing I'm perfect. Your man he did all that. On camera. He's sleeping with people on camera.
Oh, she said your man sleeping with people on camera. Is she referring to the hot tub?
And
where's Jasmine and Kirk? Probably playing footsie somewhere.
What? Man got a whole legacy. A whole legacy that you gotta raise.
A whole legacy that you gotta raise. Ooh, I know that stung. Good one, Yan.
And I'm not backing down off of it. That you gotta raise. And I own that.
Now wait a minute. Wasn't Yandy? Mendices has a child. He has a child. Yandy was pregnant around the same time as one of Mendice's kid's mother, right? Am I not mistaken? They have a lot in common. They really do.
Back there, and I own it. I know and I live it, and I own it. Guess what? None of it has nothing to do with you. Exactly. None of it. That's my point. None of it does. Talking about nothing to do with you.
Keep trying to keep a serious face in this conversation because it's ridiculous coming from you, a person who we've all seen and witnessed your heartache. You have had brought to you even in the form of a, just like with K. Michelle, you gotta ride the backs of women for you to feel like it's elevated.
All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, so if you're gonna get Yandy's eye cream and you want a 30% discount, no bags, y'all. Now that's funny. Now that's funny. And Rasheeda, where's her store? She doesn't have her store anymore. Pressed ATL or Pressed Online or whatever the heck it's called. You should have a discount code as well. Come on, let's make this interesting. I don't know what would her discount code be. I don't know. No bags is funny. No bags is funny. I don't think Rasheeda is clever enough to come up with something as funny as Yandy did. I hate to see them fighting because they both look stupid. Meanwhile, the men in their lives are making complete fools of them. Anyway, moving along, okay? Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Mary Crosby, her son was arrested. Did you guys know this? So Robert Jr., the son of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Crosby, has been arrested on assault and trespassing charges following an altercation with his wife's family. So according to TMZ, Robert was detained after allegedly attempting to break into his father-in-law's home using the dog door. Yikes. After being approached during the incident, Robert reportedly assaulted someone on the front lawn. When confronted by police officers, Robert allegedly refused to get on the ground before later complying. He was ultimately charged with failure to stop at the command of a police officer. Child, some of these laws, they're a trip. And 3 court violations as well. This is so unfortunate, especially considering Robert's past. If you recall, Mary previously got very candid on the show about her son's struggles with drug addiction. Recently, on Andy Cohen's Sirius XM show, A Radio Andy, she revealed that he was still battling some of his demons. Prayers for Mary and her family. This is all so unfortunate. Someone wrote, father-in-law, he got married? Someone else said, "Oh Lord, I know Mary's somewhere going through it." Prayer hands emoji. Someone else type, "Y'all, I'm only on season 1 of Salt Lake City. Did Mary have sex with her grandma's ex-husband?" Child, you on season 1. Buckle up. All right, let's take a look and a listen to Mary's interview.
Journey. I told them, if you don't make your mind up, then this is awful.
Listen, I have to, this is Andy. Child, he ain't gonna strike my channel. So I'm gonna be pausing and unpausing. Brace yourself.
For nothing. And if it just takes a made up mind to do and execute whatever you are trying to do, but you can't do it if your mind's not made up. And I can't make it up for him. I can just only push him, encourage him, and love him. And that's what I'm doing. And that's kind of where we are, but he's still on that road. And it's a hardcore road. It's, you know, it's tough to watch as a mom. It's hurtful to see his dad is most of the time devastated.
Sure.
But at the same time, I have hope and I believe in him. And I know that I know his ability. I mean, I raised him, so I know he's got all the tools and he's got all the willpower that he needs.
And the support.
This is so sad. You know, you raise your children to the best of your ability, and you can just hope once they become adults, the only thing that you can do is, you know, trust that you've instilled what needs to be instilled in them, and they're going to go whichever way they see fit. Once they become adults, they're going to make their own decisions. I really hope he gets the help that he needs. This is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be more information coming out regarding this, and I definitely will keep my eyes and ears. You know what? Look at what somebody posted. Y'all got to be unserious about everything. That wasn't even necessary. Okay. So prayers up for Mary and her family. Look at this. I've oftentimes said, ever since Iyanla done left TV, all hell been breaking loose. Dang, I want Iyanla to come back to TV, but she ain't doing it. She said it just started turning into reality TV foolishness. That's because y'all had, what's her name? Shay, Bucky. Y'all had Shay up there. She was so rude to Iyanla. Y'all had Tamar up there being rude to Iyanla. That's not what Iyanla signed up for. But anyway, we miss you, Iyanla. At least I do. Oh, gosh, I used to enjoy watching Iyanla fix my life. My goodness. Leave it up to people to ruin stuff. Stupid. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I got. All right, we way under an hour, 47 minutes. I want to thank each and every one of you that dipped in and dipped out. Hopefully you liked the video before you left, okay? Those of you who watched the show, commented, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate it. This was fun. So I didn't run into any technical issues on the stream of the yard. So I guess going forward, I'm going to continue to use StreamYard for as long as StreamYard allows me to use it, all right? I'm paying for this. I got bills to pay. So I'm definitely going to be pumping out more lives. Hopefully you guys will make sure that your notifications are on. Make sure even if they are on and you're not getting notifications, be sure to just check the channel whenever you have time, or you can always watch the replay. So if you're watching the replay, all right, drop down in the comments, share your thoughts, and please don't forget to pay your admission fee. You still have time to like the video. All right, y'all, I'm signing off. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Thursday. All right, have no fear because I'll be back. All right. And I love you for watching. And as always, until next time, I will talk to you later.